Okay, so I'm quite interested in this video, so I'm going to be doing a reaction to Tornado Sirens Are Scary by Swegle Studios. So yes, Swegle Studios just uploaded this, and I figured I'd react to it. So, and also, those of you who don't know, or I'm sure some of you most likely do know if you've been around or like if you've been around the channel like a year ago or last year or like 2021. I love Tornado Sirens. Yep, I love Tornado Sirens. I've been interested in them since like 2013 and stuff, and I just love the sound of them and stuff, the way they look and stuff, how they work and stuff. My favorite siren, is the Thunderbolt, which is it's that right there. But anyways, let's check this out.
Tornado sirens. Picture the scene. You're out chilling on your front lawn. There's a tornado watch, and all of a sudden, dark clouds roll in. There's an eeriness in the atmosphere. The birds stop chirping. The leaves have turned over. And there's an old lady down the street who claims that there's a pain in her knee, which only comes before severe storms.
I've felt these pains like this for a long time.
You're looking around.
Does that actually happen? Do you actually feel pains in your knees if storms are coming?
What is that?
Oh, that's not a twister. There's the Thunderbolt right there.
Here we go again. The tornado siren sound, and it's just straight up terrifying. These things sound creepy and scary as heck, but they sound scary for a reason.
Well, I like the sounds.
Warning you of an impending danger,
So
such as a
bad,
tornado or an atomic bomb. We'll get to that. Even the shape of these things is scary. I mean, that square horn shape.
They're not scary to me, but they look really cool.
Such a great creepypasta
Siren head.
or cryptids.
Yep, I recognize that noise.
Absolutely love sirens.
Everyone always associates that with Siren Head.
Tornado siren fandoms out there. Tornado siren enthusiasts out there that travel. Like, there's so many YouTube channels about tornado sirens.
I know a lot of them.
Are absolutely terrified of them, which makes sense. To me, I absolutely love them. I'm all about them.
Yeah,
anyway, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about their history. We're going to talk about their future. We're going to talk about different models, different sounds. We're going to talk about what I think are the creepiest sounding tornado sirens, aka civil defense sirens, aka air raid sirens, because technically they're not meant for tornadoes. So before we get into any of that, be sure to subscribe for more tornado related content.
Already sub, man.
Let's get in the video. Now, first things first, let's quickly talk about the history of sirens. Back in 1799, a Scottish physicist by the name of John Robison invented the very first siren. His initial intentions were to use his invention for the creation of beautiful music. His device used a high-speed rotating disc with uniformly spaced holes all around it to make noise when a jet of air is propelled through it. Robison's innovation was further improved on in the 1800s by Cagnier de la Tour and Professor Joseph Henry. Here's an example of what Cagnier de la Tour siren sounded like.
Okay. I didn't really know sirens go back that old. The oldest siren I know of is the Model 2, which first originated back in 1907, and it's still being made to this day, so yeah.
We have the oldest still in use siren today. That is the Federal Signal Model 2.
Yep.
Another notable U.S. siren during the 1930s was the DCOT siren. A lot of these sirens were used for fires, for other ways to get the public's attention.
Code 5.
But at the dawn of World War II, their use would become a little more sinister. In September 1939, London experienced its first air raid siren alert. And during World War II, the use of air raid sirens would become standard.
No time now for asking what to do. Here we go.
But for this video, we want to skip to post-World War II sirens, specifically looking at the U.S. with the Civil Defense Act. After World War II, the subject of civil defense received little attention. That is until 1949, the year the Soviet Union tested its first atomic weapon. In Immediately following the test, there was a sense of urgency among the American people and administration to enact safety policies in the event of an attack. As a result, President Harry S. Truman issued an executive order establishing the Federal Civil Defense Administration. This legislation included funding for defensive equipment from the federal government to the states and local communities. Most of the funding went into creating fallout shelters. However, some of the funding went towards installing large outdoor sirens in cities and towns. These sirens would then be used to alert local populations of an incoming atomic bomb.
And if you hear it, as you drive in your auto, as you sit in your office, or work at your bench, wherever you are,
that sounds like a 2001.
Of course, this channel is about tornadoes, not about nuclear bombs. So why are we talking about nuclear bombs? Well, it was these sirens that were put into place that have become the modern tornado sirens of today. I mean, obviously they've updated some sirens, but the original tornado sirens were all federal civil defense sirens. Okay, but when did they start using sirens?
Well, not exactly. There were Sterlings and stuff. There was this HOR sirens and stuff.
During the 1880s,
lots of
Sergeant
other
John
ones.
P. Finley of the U.S. Signal Corps conducted studies on tornadoes and the circumstances surrounding them. Using his observations, Finley started issuing tornado alerts for long periods of time over a wide geographic area, very comparable to the tornado watches we have today. Edward S. Holden created a short-term local tornado warning system based on Finley's research. This idea consisted of telegraph wires around the southwest corner of a town that would snap in strong winds. Alarm bells and a cannon would then automatically sound in the town in the event of a damaged telegraph circuit, which would be terrifying and cool.
And to be fair, my first thought, if I heard that, is just like we're under attack, I guess.
And experts at the time. For this reason, the actual word tornado was banned. Like, it was straight up banned.
Why?
That is until the government began to start worrying about expensive military equipment on military bases located within tornado-prone areas. The first official tornado warning occurred in 1948 at Tinker Air Force Base. The first tornado warning was conducted by Major Ernst Fawbush and Captain Robert Miller. A tornado watch was issued at 1450 Central Standard Time and included a warning for Tinker Air Force Base between 1600 and 1800 Central Standard Time. This prompted the base to implement a tornado strategy for damage mitigation and employee safety. Around 1800 Central Standard Time, a tornado struck the base, verifying the warning and ushering in the modern era of tornado warnings. The very first use of a civil defense siren to warn a community of an incoming tornado happened on June 11, 1958 in Wichita, Kansas, a day after the infamous El Dorado tornado. However, this was a pretty exceptional event because technically civil defense sirens were not to be used for natural disasters. They're meant strictly for nuclear bombs. The fact that Wichita used those, I'm glad they did. Alright, I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
They probably weren't allowed to do so. This means that almost
but they
all
did it
the
anyways.
warnings throughout the 50s and the 60s had no tornado sirens to accompany them. That would all change in the 70s when President Richard Nixon's term saw a number of notable natural disasters, specifically Hurricane Camille in 1969. And this led the government to permit dual use of sirens for both atomic attacks and natural disasters. Okay, so what are the different tones, models, and types of sirens? So you have two basic siren designs. You have the electromechanical, aka classic siren design, which has a chopper that spins super fast from an electric motor, which sucks in air through little holes. Then you have electronic sirens that are literally like electric speakers, like that you have in stadiums, places like that.
Yeah. That's from Petersburg, Indiana.
So let's talk about some different siren alerts and what they mean. There's the alert sound, which is just a steady, increased...
That's the tone my town does.
This is typically used for tornadoes, at least historically speaking. It's been used for tornadoes and other natural disasters.
Yeah. Those are like the Carter Castle Casting sirens from the UK.
It goes up and down, back and forth. It sounds a little bit like this.
Yeah. I don't know where that sound is from. Got like a free
So while the first
222
one went,
2001 in there.
the other one goes. In a rare instance, there's a high-low sound, which is sometimes used for fires, but can be used for other purposes. Sounds like this. And
That's
then there's the creepiest of all of them, the alternating wail, which kind of mixes the high-low with the attack mode, and it sounds like this.
Yep, that's the St. Paul Thunderbolt 1003. That's actually the tone that the Chicago modulators used to do, which, well, is what everyone uses for siren head sound.
Be at different pitches, but it sounds like this.
Yeah.
There's also something called a dual tone siren, and these are a little more familiar and a little more creepy. Here's what a
dual tone sounds the best to me.
Comparing that back to the single tone. Hear the difference? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now dual tones can have different pitch intervals depending on different ports. Have a listen.
Here's my hair. There's the alerter. Hurricane.
Can you hear the different pitch intervals? To me, the 810 sounds creepier. It's just got this like slightly angelic, but
yeah, I think 4-5 port Thunderbolts sound creepier.
Okay, and when you're in an area,
that might be number. That might go number 2. The Hurricanes.
Models, so you're not just getting one siren; you're getting like a couple sirens that are rotating around, little Doppler effect.
I actually have a couple of siren maps myself.
Pitches and noises, and it all adds up to this really kind of eerie atmosphere.
Yeah. It's definitely not something you'd want to hear during a storm.
So here are some famous electromechanical siren models.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, we're going to talk about the OG civil defense siren, the one from the early 50s,
yes,
between 1949 and 1952. That is the Federal Signal Thunderbolt siren. Siren enthusiasts love this, and so do I. I mean, it looks pretty sweet.
That's
and
no doubt my favorite.
Cool too. Let's have a listen.
But seriously, who wouldn't love that sound?
There are 3 different models of this. There's the 1000 single tone model, the 1000T dual tone, and the 1003, which can do that alternating well. So that's the Thunderbolt. Other notable mechanical Federal sirens include the 2T-22, the 3T-22, the STH-10, and the 2001 model. The 2001 model is very, very common in like modern towns.
It's literally the most common.
Another noteworthy brand is the Alerting Communicators of America, or ACA. They have a few different electromechanical siren designs. The most notable are the Alerter, the Cyclone, the Hurricane, the Penetrator, and the Screamer. Moving on to electric. My favorite electric siren is definitely the Federal Signal Modulator. These have also been called the Chicago Siren and the Scary Tornado Siren. The reason why they're called that is these have the ability to create that alternating wail sound that I talked about earlier in the video.
Yep. Most people now know it nowadays for Siren Head.
They definitely do sound pretty creepy, but they sound pretty sweet as well. 2 other electric models I want to talk about are the Wheelan Vortex and the Wheelan WPS.
That's the one that my city uses, the
Vortex. Make electric sirens scarier than electromechanical sirens.
Except ours are like the fanback ones.
Recorded voice with these, so sometimes it'll be going off, and all of a sudden you'll be like, "Take shelter now."
Yeah. Except Vortexes don't have voice capability. That's a 3000.
You know, I mean, it's not that scary, but I don't know. If you have a favorite civil defense siren, be sure to throw it in the chat. In the comments, I mean, by chat. Okay, so let's talk about the future of tornado sirens. There are many amongst today's community that find the tornado sirens to be, well, not really useful anymore.
Yeah, a lot of towns have been getting rid of them lately, so
applications.
Yeah.
We can easily get alerts on our phones. For this reason, many believe that tornado sirens...
I think it's better to have tornado sirens because, you know, there are people out there who don't have phones, So, and they don't really have like a TV to warn them or a radio to warn them. So, a tornado. What else is gonna warn you other than a tornado siren? So, yeah.
Are redundant, but redundancy, in my opinion, is a good thing when we're talking about
That P50 though.
All right, sometimes people are sleeping, yo. Okay, I personally keep my cell phone on silent, and I'm definitely not alone. I know other people that do this as well. So for those people, you want some tornado sirens. So it's of my opinion that we should keep these around for as long as possible. Plus, I love them. The outside tornado sirens.
It's best that we keep tornado sirens around for as long as we can.
Many communities lack outdoor sirens, particularly those in small towns and rural areas. Currently, the NOAA weather radio is the preferred choice for an in-home warning system.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Tornado sirens. They are very cool. Thanks for watching. Oh, check out the studio. What?
Yeah, I see.
Pretty sick. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting, and the shelves are clearly empty. Don't know what to put on the shelves. I need to put some like tornado stuff up there. Some maybe a little picture of Ted Fujita in the corner. Anyway.
All right. Well, that's it for my reaction to Tornado Sirens Are Scary by Swegle Studios. So, yeah, this was an interesting video and stuff. And really cool too, because it piqued my interest. Because after all, I'm a Tornado Siren fanatic. So, yeah. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the reaction. The link to the original video will be in the description below if you'd like to check it out. And I'll see y'all next time.